Welcome to Park Hopper Society, a place where we discuss all things travel and theme parks, a little bit about life, and a lot about Disney. I'm your host, Gary, and I'm joined by my two fellow hoppers, Britt.
Hello.
And Aaron.
Yo.
In today's episode, we asked the question, is there such a thing? Such a thing. Is there such a thing? I said that
Is
right.
there such a thing?
Is there such a thing?
Such a thing.
Is there such a
If you
thing?
keep saying such a thing, it starts to sound like weird.
I know, it starts like, start from the succotash. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's not what this is about, though.
No. Is there such a thing as a Disney tax? And we'll continue discussing Disney Deluxe Resorts as we play one of our favorite games, Pass or Stay.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's get hopping. As of the date of this episode's release, we're just 2 days away from tax day.
Yay.
Well, hey, many people look forward to tax season.
That's
right?
true. They if they get a good refund,
They may get a sizable return,
they might.
which they may use to pay for this year's Disney
Yep.
trip. It's possible.
Yep.
There's other folks who are waiting with anticipation or maybe angst.
Dread. Yeah.
Dread.
Yeah.
That's a great word.
Yeah.
You know, as their CPA is crunching those totals and they're going to
Yeah.
figure out how much money do you have to pay in this year. I mean,
Yep.
that's part of it. Well, listen, no matter what, which camp you're in, it's probably fair to say no one enjoys paying taxes.
That's fair.
That's why we say there's only two things that are certain in life, right?
Yep.
Death, taxes.
And then I'll go back to Disney World soon.
Well, in the spirit of the tax season, we thought it would be fun to discover if there's such a thing as a Disney tax.
Yeah.
We often hear things like everything is so expensive in Disney.
Yep.
And so we thought we put these numbers to the test and figure
Yep.
out, is it really more expensive to go to Disney than it is other theme parks?
Right.
Other things in life?
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yeah. So, and that's it. I think, first of all, what is the Disney tax, right? And it's the concept that you're paying a premium, right,
For something.
for Disney,
Right.
that you could
For
get
magic.
for magic, right?
Yeah.
You could get a comparable product and pay less,
Sure.
right?
And I think there are some things that you immediately think of, and it just, for example, popcorn.
Sure.
All right, so like I can get a bag of popcorn at, I don't know how much a box of popcorn is
Yeah.
at the grocery store, but like less than $1, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
I
for a
don't know.
bag of
It's-
popcorn.
Yeah, it's not much.
Let's even say it's $2.
Sure.
What are these popcorn buckets going for?
Yeah,
Granted, I'm
yeah.
not getting a bucket, but you know what I mean. Like even to
Right.
refill it, it's $2 and $3.
Right.
And Disney's probably paying 10 cents for it.
Yeah.
You know, I think that there are those things like that. You think about maybe even beverages, like a bottle
yes.
of water.
Or like a soda cup.
Yeah.
Is like $5,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So I think you get, if you buy it in the park, I think you get one refill.
Maybe.
I think you do. I think if
That
you buy
makes
it, I think you
sense.
get one refill.
Yeah. I don't know
Um,
that I've ever put that to the test, honestly, because I get a bottle of water and I can't go up and be like, hey, can I get another one?
Yeah. I mean, you
You
can
can.
get water out of you just keep filling it up out of
You
the fountain.
can.
You can do that.
You can. Yes, you can.
So I've seen people do worse.
But I think the question for me when it comes to that kind of stuff is like, is that a Disney tax or is that like a theme park tax?
Right.
You
And I
know?
think that's a fair question to ask. And that is a big part of what, when I crunched these numbers, I dove into was comparing primarily because obviously Disney has one major competitor
Sure.
and it's Universal.
Yeah.
Right. There are other competitors out there for sure.
Yeah.
There is Six Flags. There's,
Who owns like not Carowinds? That's in Kings Island, Cedar Point.
Right. Yeah. Did they merge with?
I think they did actually.
I think they did with
They're
Six
all
Flags.
owned by Six Flags.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, you do have these other parks, and yes, they are competitors, but let's be honest, they're not. It's like especially back in the 90s and stuff.
Oh,
You had for a while you had Nintendo and Sega,
Right.
and you had other people making video game systems too, but
Right.
they weren't really competing.
Yeah. I agree.
You had two major
the
ones.
SeaWorlds,
Right.
Busch Gardens, that kind of
Yes.
stuff. Like they're not going to be at the
No.
same level as.
They're not. And to prove that point, I chose 5 parks to compare.
I love it.
Disney World,
Okay.
Universal Orlando, Disneyland, Universal Hollywood, and our hometown hero, Dollywood.
Dollywood. Who, honestly, the Dollywood experience, I was getting ready to say it has gotten better over the.
Yes.
And I think it has.
I agree.
I think there are a lot of people
Yep.
who would say it's getting too big.
Yes, and it's losing its hominess feel.
The charm.
Yes.
It's definitely more expensive, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're starting to see some of these things that those premium small, like, hey, yeah, you can get this for this price, but for a little bit more. You know, it's,
Yep.
Again, to me, it's the thing that Disney is best at.
yes.
They figure out how much you're willing to pay for something, and
Yep.
they price things honestly geniusly.
They do. And so I got in these numbers, and some of this is not surprising.
Okay.
Some of it may be surprising.
Okay.
Some of it may be downright shocking.
Yeah. I
Bum, bum,
Can't believe
bum.
Yeah. So first of all, first thing we did was we compared a 1-day ticket. How much does
Okay.
it cost to go? And by the way, of course, in celebration of tax day, this is all for April 15th.
So how much? I was going to ask you because I know Disney prices fluctuate. I don't know if they do at the other parks, but
So they do.
Okay.
They, as a matter of fact, all of these parks do flex pricing.
okay.
Even Dollywood. Now,
I don't think I
Dollywood,
realized that.
Dollywood tickets vary between $90 and $100.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Right.
mean that is
But
flex
they
pricing,
do-
but not like wildly different.
No.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Disney World, they're like, hey, 1-day tickets starting at like $120 or something
Yeah.
like that. I was like, okay, cool. So after tax for a 1-day ticket on April 15th of this year to go to the Magic Kingdom only, 1-day, 1-park ticket is $206.61.
Wolf.
So it started a lot lower than it ended.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the starting date is probably that random Wednesday in September.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that's exactly. I actually looked earlier at some of this to see where are they actually getting this, and it is. It's
Yeah.
like the first week, like the last week of August, first week of September.
Sure.
During the week
Oh yeah.
is
It's
where
not a
the
weekend.
no, it's not a weekend.
Definitely.
And even then, it's like, oh, that's where that $130 ticket is. But then
Yeah.
on the weekend, it's $180.
Oh,
Like they know what they're doing.
yeah.
Okay, so Disney World, $206. That's for Magic Kingdom.
Okay. 206.
Universal Orlando, I used Epic Universe because that's their premier park
That's
right
it.
now.
Yep. The
You know?
newest one.
$185.31.
Okay. So I mean,
$20 difference.
yeah, not that
L-
much.
No. Disneyland, it doesn't matter which park you go to, but it's $129.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the difference, you think?
I think people are going to Orlando in April for spring break, and they are not traveling to
California.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I think that's it because Universal Hollywood, $119.
Wow.
Dollywood that day, after tax and fees, they charge fees.
Fees.
Yeah, like
I
$2.
mean, The other ones do too. They probably just don't tell
They
you
just
about
wrap it all in
Yeah.
there. And
Yeah. That's exactly what they do.
Dollywood is $107.72.
So you mean to tell me for a little bit more money, I
Yep.
could go to Disneyland for the day?
Yeah, for $22 more, $21.28.
I'm doing it.
Oh, 100%. Right. I mean, and I like Dollywood. Don't get me wrong. I
Oh, me
like
too.
Dollywood. And
Me too.
if you haven't been to Dollywood and you like roller coasters, you need to go because
Yeah.
Dollywood's got some killer
They do.
roller
We're
coasters.
season ticket holders.
Yes.
So
Which we'll get into that too. How much does it
Yeah.
cost to be a season pass holder for Dollywood
yeah.
versus some of the other ones?
Well,
Dollywood's the cheapest.
for
Dollywood's
sure.
the cheapest on all of this. I mean, we all
Yeah.
know that, right?
But it's also like we've talked about, really, and we'll get into the pass holder thing. But Dollywood is one park.
Yes,
You know,
Dollywood is one park.
and they've built some tiers and some options into their.
They did, and they
their
technically
season
have a water
passes.
park as well.
That's right.
And they've
Which-
got like a nice resort now, right?
They do. They have a resort,
two?
Dreammore. Two.
Two?
Well, they have,
Yeah.
I think, one that's open and one that's getting ready to
Yeah,
open, right?
Heart Song is getting ready to open.
Yes. So, I mean, it's growing. Good for them. Universal Hollywood also only has one park.
Okay.
That would honestly probably be the closest comparison.
Yeah, that
Um,
makes sense.
between everything we looked at, that would probably be the closest comparison to Dollywood, except that it's in California and it's got
Right.
a much bigger name attached to it.
Yeah, and
And
it's
it's
working.
yeah,
studio.
It's a cool park. I've been
So,
there.
yeah.
When we were in Disneyland, my family and I went over there for one day. Don't recommend that, by the way. If you're in Disneyland, you're thinking, hey, we're already here. We might as well head to Universal Hollywood. Because if you're like me, you checked how long does it take to get
Yeah.
there? not realizing that when you checked it, it was like, I don't know, 6:30, 7 in the morning here, which
Yeah.
makes it 4 in the morning there.
Middle of the night.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we got to do that. But when you're going actually during the day, when you're going to go, that 35 minutes has become no joke, almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
One
Dude,
way.
That's one of my favorite stories ever.
Dude,
But the thing is, you're committed.
Hey,
You
we
know,
bought
so
the tickets.
You're going.
We had no choice. We didn't have Disneyland tickets and we had Universal tickets. We didn't have a choice. So we took a 2-hour Uber ride over there,
Oh, gosh.
spent the day in the park
Yeah.
doing what we wanted to do,
Yeah.
and then got in the car for, now it was a little faster on the way back,
Sure.
but it's like an hour and a half. I mean, I'm not kidding.
That's awful.
Yeah,
Right.
it was terrible.
I would have stayed till 4 o'clock in the morning and just came on back.
It was probably the play.
Yeah.
Wait until the park closed and then 30-minute drive back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I can believe it was because it really wasn't that far away.
Right.
It was just LA traffic,
Gosh,
you know?
that's awful.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the day.
So that's the 1-day ticket.
Okay.
For a park hopper, Disney World $275, Universal Orlando
Okay.
$243. But here's the deal: that is not for Epic Universe
Oh.
because you can't get a park hopper for
That's
Epic
right.
Universe until you get up to a 3-day ticket.
They know what they're doing,
Yep.
man.
So
They
that
know
is-
what they're doing.
That is going to be only for Universal Studios Orlando and Islands of
But
Adventure.
you can buy a single day ticket for Epic.
Yes, you can. So the
Huh.
single day ticket was for Epic,
Yeah.
but this park hopper ticket is only for the other 2 parks. Meanwhile, your park hopper ticket at Disney World, now I'm not saying you should do this, but you can go to all 4 parks. And
And
it's
we did.
$30 more. Oh yeah.
We did.
We did all before lunch. Go
we
back and listen to
did
that
all
episode.
before lunch.
At Disneyland, it's $199. You can go back and forth between both parks.
Okay, 190. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. How's that cheaper than Disney World? But Disney World is $275.
$275 at Disney World,
Yeah.
$199 at Disneyland. But again, that 2 parks, and it's only after 11 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
They still restrict
park hopping at
hopping there.
Disneyland is much more manageable.
Oh, 100%.
Compared to
that
Disney
you should
World.
do. Yes, you should park hop there. That's a
Yeah.
great idea. You just walk out and walk in. It is not like a Disney World where you have to go on no matter really where you're going on quite a journey to get there.
At least one mode of transportation.
At least. Maybe more than one if you're creative,
Maybe.
you know?
Well,
Depending on what you're doing. Universal Hollywood, you cannot park hop because it is the only park.
one park. Yep.
And Dollywood, I went ahead and threw this on here just because technically you can park hop over to Splash Country.
You could.
That's $118.95.
Not bad.
So it's $11 more than it costs to go to one park. For $11 more, you can go to both of them.
You know, I have not been to Splash Country since the year it opened,
Yeah, I don't know that I've been there since middle school,
which is
honestly.
I think 26 years ago.
I think
Yeah,
I went
that'd be
high
about
school
right.
one time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. No, that'd be all more or less around the same time.
Yeah,
Within
for
the same few
for
years.
those
Yeah.
locals who are listening, I remember being angry about Splash Country because it wasn't Ogles.
Yeah, man.
And I
Ogles.
loved Ogles.
Ogles was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I do miss Ogles.
Most of you won't get that reference.
Nope.
but
Nope.
if you live near us, then you will.
Now, here's where the prices really diverge. Let's talk season passes.
Oh boy.
Let's talk season passes. So, the season pass for Disney World, which would be the Incredipass, that's what most people can get. That's the one that
Yes.
has no blockout dates. Not blackout dates. We said blackout dates.
Yeah.
Disney calls them blockout dates.
Well,
But it's the same thing.
it's
Y'all
the
know
same
what
thing.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
No blockout dates. And I went ahead and I added the photo pass on here.
Okay.
And here's why.
Extra $100.
The top key, the imagination key, I wrote it down
that
here.
makes sense.
Um,
Disneyland.
At Disneyland, the Inspire key. That's the top tier one.
Mm-hmm.
It automatically includes that,
Really?
but it is also blocked out from December 21st through December 31st. There is no true annual pass at Disneyland.
That can go at Christmas?
Correct.
Really?
Yep. They don't have an annual pass there.
Let
that
me
is a
ask you
true
this
year-round
question,
pass.
because you get the Incredipass.
Yeah, I have to.
As an Incredipass holder, would you, for the amount of money that you're paying,
Sure.
would you rather get Memory Maker
Okay.
or not be able to go at Christmas?
I would rather get Memory Maker
Yeah, me too.
because I don't,
I don't want to go at Christmas.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like I sure once to say I did it,
Agreed.
but that's it.
Yeah,
And I would buy the ticket that time.
agreed.
I would rather get Memory Maker. It's only like $150 to add it on.
Yeah.
I've never done it before.
And
I'll
or
probably do
if,
it next
you know,
time.
if you've got a family of 4,
Right.
you just have to add it to one,
You're correct. You only need one.
and you get everybody's.
Yep.
as long as they're in your friends and family list.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's
So
that.
that is the season pass for Disney World. $1,850.97.
Nah.
Now for Disneyland, and I'm jumping over to Disneyland real quick. It's $1,899.
Okay, so about the same amount.
About the same, a little more for Disneyland.
Yeah.
And you have blockouts. I was surprised at that. I was
Yeah.
surprised because honestly, Disney World 4 parks, Disneyland 2 parks. I was really surprised at how
Yeah,
expensive it is.
that is surprising. Although is Disneyland still the highest attended park in the country?
I don't know. I thought Magic Kingdom was, to be honest.
Maybe it is.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look it up. So Universal Orlando, season pass to Universal Orlando, $670.94.
Holy cow!
However, that does not include Epic Universe.
You were This is from 2024,
Close enough.
but you're correct. Magic
Magic Kingdom.
Kingdom is 17.8 million.
Okay.
Disneyland Park is 17.3.
Oh, that's
Wow.
I mean,
That's close.
That's
who cares
close.
at that point?
Yeah.
I mean, I realize we're talking about 500,000 people. That's
Disney
a lot,
cares.
but still.
But
Disney cares.
as we've talked about a couple episodes ago,
Yep.
when we were comparing East versus West,
Yeah.
Disneyland is a much smaller park.
Yes, I agree.
To
Yes.
have that many people in it
Yes.
over the course of a year.
Yes, it
So,
is.
Sorry. So
No, you're good.
Would you $600?
$670.94.
Okay,
Now that
for
is going to
Universal.
get you the Universal Preferred Pass.
Okay.
It only includes Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, and there are no blockout dates. Okay.
Okay.
So it's kind of the comparable pass there. But
you
here's
don't
where
get the Epic.
you don't get Epic. There are no annual passes to
That get
Universal
Epic?
Orlando that have Epic right now.
Wow.
Right now. They'll add it eventually.
Yeah.
But right now, you cannot get an annual pass that lets you into Epic. But here's what you
Wow.
can do.
Okay.
Universal Orlando, and I didn't write the price down here, but it's like $900-ish.
Okay.
You get this is the preferred pass. You get the premier pass, I think.
Okay.
It gives you everything the preferred pass does, but you also get express yeah.
Like their Lightning Lane?
express pass. Yeah, their version of Lightning Lane
Really?
after 4 p.m.
Oh, heck yeah, man.
And you get a complimentary Hollywood Horror Nights. Isn't that it?
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Like admission to one of the
Yep.
nights.
One of the nights. Complimentary.
Man.
So
and that's still half price,
yeah.
right? 'Cause you said
Halloween Horror
$900.
Nights. I think I said Hollywood Horror Nights, but
Oh
Halloween
yeah,
Horror Nights.
Halloween Horror
Yeah.
Nights. Yeah. I mean, I'm probably not going, but half price of a Disney
Yes.
annual pass.
And you're getting
Wow. I mean, you're only getting 2 of the 3 theme parks, so there's that.
you are
And arguably, I haven't been to Universal since Jaws was around.
okay.
I've never been to Islands of Adventure.
Yeah.
I've never been to Epic.
We need to do a
I mean-
Universal trip. We really do.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to.
We need to park hop with the society over there.
We're gonna have
know,
to. But we're gonna have to get at least 3-day park hopper tickets so
That's
we
right.
can go to Epic.
That's right. Okay, so that is Universal Orlando. Universal Hollywood, $600. That is going to get you the Universal Hollywood Platinum Annual Pass.
Ooh.
That includes Universal Express after 3 p.m.
Okay.
and one complimentary Halloween Horror Nights ticket.
Okay.
But that was the only one I think that was comparable with no
Yeah.
blackout dates and all that.
I mean, that's not bad.
$600 for only one park, though.
Yeah.
Only one park that, having been to it, I can tell you, you don't need that many days in the park.
To get.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have to really, I mean, granted, I really enjoy going to Disney World. I do it all the time.
Right.
But you will exhaust the stuff there is to do at Universal Hollywood
Quickly.
much faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dollywood.
Yeah. Oh, Dollywood.
Dollywood. Now, this is for the Dollywood only Silver Pass.
Oh.
This does not include.
Yeah. I wouldn't even. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even mess with that if you're an adult.
No. Silver Pass, $191.91. So you go twice.
And this is
you paid it
a.
off.
Yeah. This is a season pass, not a true annual pass.
Correct.
Because Dollywood closes generally the first Saturday or Sunday of the year,
Yep.
and they will stay closed through about mid-March.
Yes. And also the Silver Pass, I don't think gets you into a lot of the Dollywood. If it's like the Christmas stuff and things like that are not included with the Silver Pass.
No, I think from like Thanksgiving on, you are
Yeah, you're-
blocked out, blacked out, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it.
So really the Gold Pass would have been the more appropriate one to compare this to, but I went Silver.
That's the one that we have. the thing that's interesting about that one is you now they'll give you like bring a friend passes, which I think that's a
Right.
nice perk. you know?
Yes, I agree.
Although they're starting to scale that back now, instead of like, hey, here's 2 bring a friend passes.
Yes.
This may be wrong, but I'm just
I was looking at it today. I think you only get one.
yeah. You get
Yep.
one, and then you get one that's like half price.
Okay.
So you can bring somebody for $45.
Okay.
But we did get, I don't know if they're still doing this, but when we renewed our passes, we got a refillable mug for this season.
Okay.
That we can use in the parks
Okay.
the
Yep,
whole season.
Yep.
But let me tell you, people are ticked
Okay.
because, okay, so, think at Disney,
Yeah.
you get your cup and you have to sit on the little things.
Oh,
okay.
yes. Yep.
Dollywood doesn't have that. They have a QR code system. The QR code is printed on your cup. You have to scan it. And when you scan it, you have 19 seconds to make a decision and fill your cup up.
gosh.
Yeah. So the angst that this is bringing, right? So
Also,
people
honestly,
hate it.
my concern with the QR code would be like, what if I wash this cup too aggressively?
And then it's gone.
Right.
It's gone.
Can I take it back and get a replacement cup? Maybe.
Maybe.
But
I don't know.
I could honestly see them being like, oh no, we only give you one cup. You have to pay for the next cup.
Yeah.
I could see them being that way.
and they sell them. You can buy them for the season. They're like $20
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
after you buy so many. But man, people are angry.
I don't like that.
It doesn't bother me because I typically, even when I go to Disney, I'm mostly drink water.
Me too.
So
I never get the resort cup or anything, but
No.
I would not like having to scan my
No.
QR cup and then be on a timer.
no, that's something I wanted to bring up actually that Leslie brought up when I asked her for the previous episode we did, Park Tank.
Yes.
I what ideas do you have? And she said she would like to have a cup for the parks, a
Yes.
refillable cup for the parks.
Okay. Yeah.
So
No, I agree. I'm a little surprised that they don't have that,
me
but
too.
they know they don't have to. They'll
They
just
don't
keep
have to.
selling it to you.
Don't have to.
While we're talking about the last episode, my wife Emily pointed out that was her idea. She was the one that pitched the original idea for that episode.
She did pitch
And
the original idea.
I did not say that on the episode. So
What a jerk.
I know, right? So giving credit where it's due. One episode
Thank
late.
you, Emily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So anyway,
We'll give her 5% of all the money we make off of that
We will.
episode.
within the first year. Hopefully someday that 5% means something.
Yeah, at least $5.
Yeah, hey, I take 5 cents.
Yeah, yeah.
$1 would be plenty. Okay, so lightning lanes. Lightning lanes are all over the place.
Well,
because they all use different systems. In fact, they're so all over the place. We're going to come back to that. I'm going to
Okay.
go with the stuff that is more comparable, and then we're going to come back to lightning lanes because that is truly where everything
it's a wild, wild west.
Really
I mean,
splits.
honestly, at
Yeah.
Disney World, it's a wild, wild west.
It is.
So,
it is. Okay, so resort stays.
Okay.
Here are the resorts I compared.
oh yeah, this is tough.
This is tough. And doing some Googling, Google told me these were comparable resorts
Okay,
across the different ones. And also texting Gary a little bit.
we talked about it.
We did.
yeah, we did.
Okay. So at Disney World, this is a boardwalk resort view room.
Okay,
It's full price. It's not discounted
okay.
because I felt like it was the only way to make it fair.
And is this for April 15th?
April 15th.
Got it.
Just the night of April. It's a one-night stay.
Okay.
April 15th. Non-discounted. It is the Royal Pacific Resort at Universal Orlando.
Okay,
It is the Grand Californian at
Yeah.
Disneyland. Universal Hollywood has no resorts. They have no first-party resorts. They're
That's
all
sad.
just partner hotels.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I didn't do this for them. And then is the Dreammore at
Yeah,
Dollywood,
okay.
which is not really comparable to these other resorts, but it is the only resort that Dollywood has.
it's close.
It's a nice resort. It would
it is.
be a deluxe resort.
I agree.
It would be a
would-
lesser deluxe resort.
It would probably be in line with Boardwalk. I think
Yeah, it's in the
It's similar.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's more. It certainly pulls more boardwalk than it does like Caribbean Beach.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So here.
yeah, I just meant in terms of deluxe resorts.
Yes.
Sorry.
No. But that's what I'm saying. It definitely I don't know that it's quite up to a deluxe resort at Disney, but it is
Sure.
above a moderate
Yeah.
resort.
Yeah.
Disney World, that room there at Boardwalk, $831.38 for the night.
Gosh, that hurts.
I know, especially because I never pay full price for. I
Yeah.
don't never pay that for the room.
Well,
if you're paying
no.
it, good for you.
If I am
But-
paying full price, I'm not staying at Boardwalk.
no, I'm staying at like All Star,
Yeah.
where even full price it's like $160,
Yeah.
which is probably still too much. But it's okay.
Yeah. It's magic.
It is weird to me though. I will look at the full price room at All Star and be like, oh, $160. Like, I don't know about
Dude.
that. Like, let's see what else is available. And it's like, hey, you can come over to Animal Kingdom Lodge and we got a nice discount. We can get you the room for $480 a night. I'm like, oh, that's a good deal. I should do this.
No, listen, that's Disney math right there.
It is.
Maybe that is the Disney tax.
That's it. That's exactly what it is.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Because same.
Yeah. 100%.
It's
So, in all fairness, I did not consider discounted rooms,
yeah, no, that's fair.
but there are lots of discounted rooms available at Disney World.
Yeah,
There are not discounted rooms available at Universal, or if there are, I'm not familiar enough with it.
Yeah.
I compared them all full price anyway. Universal Orlando, that resort, $759.37 for that night.
Pretty close.
$70 difference.
Pretty close.
But in the same neighborhood. Grand Californian, $1,034.28.
Yeah, man. That's when you asked me about this, which one it was closer to.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of vibe.
I agree. And vibe and amenities and all that.
Yes.
It's Grand Californian is the comparable one, but
But it's the flagship resort.
it's the flagship resort. So you are paying a premium here.
You are.
You are paying, let's be honest, you're paying a Disney tax and you're paying that California tax.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's expensive. Nothing at Universal Hollywood. And then at Dollywood, $346.86.
Really?
Yep.
Which honestly, we live 45 minutes away,
Right.
so I'm not paying $350 a night to stay at Dreamland.
I have done it
Yeah.
and it's nice. I enjoy it. It's a lot of money.
This would be my advice to you. Only if you like Christmas. Okay.
Absolutely. Just be aware that at Christmas, there's like a 3-night minimum stay.
Well, no. I'm saying if you like Christmas in general.
Oh,
Okay.
no, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So skip Dreammore
Okay.
and stay at the Christmas Inn.
Oh, yeah.
That place is great.
Yes.
And breakfast is included.
There you go.
Yeah. You can talk to Santa Claus at breakfast.
Okay. So it's a character meal.
Free,
Yeah.
basically.
I mean, they bring him down and
You get cookies every night.
okay.
There's always coffee. I'm just saying if we have paid to stay 45 minutes away at the Christmas Inn,
Sure.
and we love it. Our kids love it.
Sure.
That is a Pigeon Forge hack free. Now
There you go.
you're not going to get transportation to Dollywood. You're going to have to drive.
Yes.
All those things. You're not going to get the amenities, and maybe that's something we could talk about. I don't know what amenities you get at all these different places.
They seemed fairly comparable.
Sure.
It's really hard, especially I'm not a Universal guy.
Right.
So I am, this is doing a lot of Googling to try to see, hey, which one of these are close enough to say, it's, at least it's red apples to green apples,
Right.
Okay. Okay. So quick service meals.
Yes.
This is one place where they start to diverge and not in the way you might expect.
Okay.
So quick service meals, these are all going to be a burger and fries with a bottle of water
Okay.
at at 4 of them. And we'll talk about which one
Oh,
didn't want to play ball.
interesting.
So
It's got to be a California one. That's my guess. Go ahead.
Aaron, you want to make a guess which one refused to disclose their prices?
Oh, refuse to disclose.
Yeah.
I'd
No.
still say a California one.
Okay.
No. I'd say Dollywood. Sorry. I thought you meant wouldn't have burger
I
and
mean,
fries.
No, they all have burgers and fries.
They
There's
do.
one of these parks does not publish
Like on
their
their
food
website?
prices on their website or their app.
Oh,
mean,
I'm gonna say Dollywood.
Yeah, I was about to say the odd one out here is Dollywood.
It is Dollywood. Dollywood, you can't see their food prices online. You can't see them in the app. When you try to mobile order in the app, it geolocates you. And if you're not in the park,
Yeah.
you can't see the menu.
And it does the same thing with wait times.
Does it?
Yeah, because
See, I hate
one of
that.
my favorite pastimes is looking at,
Of course.
at Disney World. Like,
Of course, we
on-
all do it.
on
If you're
Christmas
listening to this, you
Day.
probably
Big
do it.
sister
Oh,
Dolly is
100%.
watching.
Big Dollywood.
Big Dolly.
Yeah, so Dollywood, I don't have any information on their food because
Okay.
they don't disclose their prices, which honestly makes me wonder, do you think they're flex pricing their food?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I would tell you it's not worth it.
No, it is not worth it. They have, having eaten at 3 of these parks that I can definitely recall my meal, 4 of them, including, so Dollywood, Universal Hollywood, Disneyland, and Disney World. I can tell you Dollywood has by far the worst food. I can also tell you from experience, they have by far the most expensive food.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what they charge because I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee you they have some of the
I'll
most
tell you,
expensive.
they are. We were just there a couple weeks ago, and they're stepping it up some. They're
They need
giving
to.
you some different options.
Okay.
They're trying to do the festival thing.
They are.
And in my experience, the festival food has been like, ugh.
Yeah, it's been more fun than it has been good.
Yeah, I had a couple things though this time that I was like, man, this is good.
Yeah.
Like I would go back
Okay.
just to have this.
Okay.
So
There you go.
there's that.
Watch
But-
out, Epcot.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so quick service meals for a burger and fries. We're going to start with the most expensive park. Is it Disney World, Universal Orlando, Disneyland, or Universal Hollywood?
I'm gonna say Universal Hollywood.
Okay, Aaron?
I'm going to say Disneyland.
Universal Hollywood was the second most expensive.
Okay.
Disneyland was the third most
Oh,
expensive.
wow.
Oh,
Which one do you think was the cheapest? Universal Orlando or Disney World?
cheapest. I mean, immediately I would say Universal. That would
Sure.
be my first thought.
Sure, I agree. Disney tax, right?
Disney tax.
You'd be wrong.
Really?
You would be wrong. Universal Orlando comes in number one, $26.08
For a burger,
for a
fries,
burger, fries,
drink?
and a bottle of water at Mel's Drive-In.
That better be a dang good burger.
that had
Yep.
better be a real good burger.
Yep.
$26.
Universal Hollywood, $23.04 at
Oh.
Mel's Diner.
Same place.
I mean, it's the same. Mel's
Same
Drive-In
name.
and Mel's Diner.
Oh, okay,
it's
got it.
which I mean, Galactic Grill at Disneyland,
Okay.
$21.10, and at Cosmic Rays, hanging out over there where you can watch what's his name?
Sunny Eclipse.
Sunny Eclipse. I was thinking
Yeah.
Sunny Stardust, but
Well,
yeah,
close
Sunny
enough.
Eclipse. $18.40.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it topped $20.
Yes, no, $18.40.
Wow. Color me surprised.
And here's the
man.
thing: $18.40. I didn't bother to do this, but I would almost bet you could go to Wendy's and get a burger and fries and a bottle of water
Yeah.
for not much less than $18.40
I
at this point.
agree. Depending
You
on
know?
what kind of burger you get.
Yeah, but then if you just got the day
Yeah.
single,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, you're
get
gonna
the
be
combo
close.
meal and get a bottle of water, $13,
Yeah.
$14, something like that. You know,
Unfortunately, Cosmic Rays does not have a $5 biggie bag.
that they
No.
do not. That they do not. Okay, table service meals.
Oh, I'm sure this varies wildly.
It does not. Not the ones that I picked.
Okay.
Not the ones that I
okay.
picked. Now,
okay,
granted,
okay. Which ones did you pick?
here's what I picked: Liberty Tree Tavern.
Okay.
At Universal, I picked Lombard's Seafood Grill
Okay.
because that was kind of like one of the only ones I could pick. There was a table service there.
Yep.
At Disneyland, the Blue Bayou.
Oh, gosh,
Universal
that's good.
Hollywood does not have any sit-down restaurants inside of the park.
Really?
Yep, they're all
Again,
outside.
I'm
At
surprised.
City Walk.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And Dollywood once again refused to disclose their prices for their only sit-down restaurant.
Boo.
$57.93 at Disney World, $55.80 at Universal Orlando, and $52.29 at Disneyland for more or less comparable meals.
Yeah.
You know,
I got the Monte Cristo.
that's exactly what
It was
for this. I
$32,
got the Monte
but-
Cristo and a
Is that $50?
no, but this
Okay.
includes tax and gratuity.
Oh, gotcha.
Tax and gratuity. No, it was not $50.
Dang, I thought
no,
it was like $30.
Yeah.
And I didn't like paying $30 for it.
no,
but,
it's too
you
much at that.
know, Yeah.
But no, this includes this is after tax and gratuity. Gratuity was roughly 22%.
Okay.
Um,
Hey, can we back up to the resorts
Yeah.
real quick? It just hit me. Dollywood, if you stay at Dreammore,
yes.
I was talking about amenities and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you get their is it called Q Pass or Quick Pass or
You get time saver,
Time Saver?
but which you can use 5 times to skip certain
Okay.
lines.
Okay.
That's what you get. You just get the basic time saver.
What about Universal? Do they give you the Express Pass with the?
No,
I thought
I thought they did too, but they don't. You can buy it. You can buy it as an add-on.
Of course you can.
Oh.
But at least
I
for
thought
right
they
now,
did.
they may have at one point.
Yeah.
It may have been a deal at one point, but no, right
Okay.
now you do not get that.
Okay, so you're not really getting anything additional.
No,
at,
with-
at Dollywood you are.
At Dollywood, you are
But-
a little bit, but not
Yeah.
a whole lot.
Yeah.
And then at Universal, you are getting early entry to the parks, which you're getting at Disney as
Okay.
well. As far as I could tell, you are getting largely the same,
Same
value
thing.
at each
Got it.
one.
Okay, sorry, I didn't.
No,
I didn't
that's
mean
a great
to
question.
backtrack, but
Yeah.
I
Because
just
I looked
hit me.
into that. I was like, oh man, like I realized these are the same price, but this is about to blow them out of the
Yeah.
water. And then I realized, no, actually, it's not. Because yeah, that's an add-on. But we will talk about that because I still think Universal blows them out of the water when it comes to this.
okay.
Okay. Quick service, table service. We'll get parking out of the way real quick. $35 at Disney World, $32 at Universal Orlando, $40 at both Disneyland and Universal Hollywood, and $25 at Dollywood.
Okay, I was thinking it was more at Dollywood. I was like, ah.
$25 for this is all for basic parking.
Yeah,
You pay for
right,
preferred
right,
or valet or whatever, you pay more.
Yeah.
Okay. The one part where I absolutely think you're paying a Disney tax, and I think Disney should be ashamed that this is how they do it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna throw a lot of shade at Disney here.
Oh man,
We
I'm
did
ready.
a whole
Let me buckle
episode.
up.
We did a whole episode about Lightning Lane
Yeah.
and how much it sucks,
Yep.
and it's about to suck so much more when you hear this.
Okay. All right. I'm ready. I already don't like it.
So the only way to compare these
Oh no.
was to compare Lightning Lane Premier.
Oh.
And here's why. Now, Dollywood does offer Time Saver, where you get
Yes.
5 Time Saver passes to use. That was somewhat comparable to the multi-pass Lightning Lane.
Can you use the time savers for anything?
No,
Okay.
you can use them for certain attractions.
Okay. Ones that you don't want to do anyways, or
No, they had some decent ones.
okay.
In fairness, if Dollywood went to Disney's multi Lightning Lane tier 1, tier 2 system, half the rides at Dollywood would be tier 1 rides.
I agreed, and that's
yeah.
why I was asking.
Yeah.
Did it?
I think you can use it on everything. I think I want to say you can't use it on Big Bear Mountain, and you may not be able to use it on Lightning Rod.
Well,
right now.
that is
Yeah,
probably
you
the 2 hottest attractions.
they are for sure. But you can
Until-
use it on the rest of them.
June. So
Right. So what I did was I compared the Premier Pass for Magic
Okay.
Kingdom because Disney
Yeah.
says, hey, this is only good for one park.
yep.
You can't take it to another park today.
Okay.
Express Pass Unlimited.
So truly unlimited.
You can use it as many times as you want on every single ride at both Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. during the day.
Okay, so I'm sure you guys are familiar with Premier Pass, but
Yep.
that is you can ride any ride
Yep.
in Magic Kingdom
You just get in the Lightning Lane line
one time.
one time for this
You-
day, only in
only.
Magic Kingdom. Now, all of these are only good for the one day.
Yes,
That's
but,
true.
But you're saying at Universal,
Both parks,
not Epic,
not Epic,
but both parks,
both parks,
much as you want to.
unlimited uses.
Okay.
Get on the ride, ride it, say that was incredible. I'd like to ride it again. Hop right back out and go right back into the line and go do it again.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That
Do
would,
it as many times as you want to.
I'm not saying I would pay the Disney Premier price, but I would come closer.
You would not pay the Disney Premier price, actually.
Oh,
You'd pay significantly less.
that hurts even more.
I know. Disney Premier Pass for that day at the Magic Kingdom, $456.89.
Holy crap.
Aaron, how much do you think this unlimited express pass for 2 parks is over at Universal?
This is going to hurt my heart, man.
Just throw out a number. I'll tell you higher or lower. How
Okay,
about that?
let's say 400,
Lower,
How about 225?
higher,
300,
a little bit higher.
325?
350.
$324.82
Wow.
to ride it as many times as you want to
Yeah.
at both parks.
And
I don't know
they
if you guys can hear me hitting the table, but I am heated.
Yeah. You're getting ready to knock my drink over.
I know.
Actually. No, but I mean, like, they have some great rides.
Yes.
And if I could start early in the morning
Yes.
and all day long,
As
just
much as
ride them
you
as much as I
want.
want to. Dude, 100%, I would do that.
That's the thing. For $325.
No, I don't do it every time.
No. But like if we were going down there for a trip and
Yeah.
we're going to go over there. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So for the ticket plus your Lightning Lane, for your park hopper ticket plus the Lightning Lane that day, I mean, in all fairness, you'd be paying almost $600.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. For your just to get into the Magic Kingdom and ride everything one time, you'd be paying $660
That's dumb. That's so dumb.
to get into one park and ride everything one time versus getting into 2 parks and
Yeah.
ride everything as much as you
Man,
want to. all day long.
yeah, that's dumb.
Disneyland Premier Pass, $449. Universal Hollywood. Let's see. Because I got to get all of them are a little bit different.
Okay.
Universal Hollywood Express Pass, it's single use per ride. They do not
Single use.
offer. Yeah,
Okay.
so this is pretty much this is their Premier Pass.
Yes. Okay.
Now bear in mind, at Disneyland, that is a $449 Premier Pass.
Okay.
Universal Hollywood for exactly the same product, $130.
Oh my god.
For $130, would you buy Premiere?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
I don't even know how many rides they have there at Universal Hollywood. You've been
I went and
So,
we got
is it-
yeah, it
comparable in terms of number of attractions that you would do that day.
comparable enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
For $130 upcharge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was worth that, especially knowing that we were going to be there and we weren't going to have that much time to ride everything. Like we
'Cause
really
they've
needed
got
to
the
pack our
Mario
van.
stuff, right?
They do.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I don't recall. I don't think that it worked there. I don't think there was
Got
anything
it.
at Nintendo
Yeah.
World, Land, whatever that it worked at. But there's only like a couple things there. Anyway. So
well, if you're not spending your time waiting for everything else,
correct.
maybe it makes sense.
That's exactly, and that was exactly my thought. We'll go down there, we'll do all that, and then we'll kind of just breeze through the rest of the park,
Right.
which is pretty much what we did. And
Yeah.
then we took a 2-hour car ride home after taking a 2-hour car ride there.
Would you have paid $130 for a fast pass to get back to the hotel?
I would have paid $300 for the fast pass to get back to the hotel. Absolutely, not even a moment of hesitation. That wasn't offered though. So Uber, if you're listening,
Yeah.
Uber Fast Pass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Elon Musk is probably going to make a tunnel or something, a loop.
That's the plan, I think,
You know,
right?
yeah.
I mean, so I've been working on that for decades.
Well, hey,
Come on, Elon.
we'll be to Mars first,
We figured out how to launch a podcast before you could do this.
which is sad.
And for us, it's about the
Yeah.
same level of challenge.
So, what happens? Will the loop thing happen, or will we actually start doing video on YouTube first?
Ooh, video on YouTube, because we're actually not that.
Yeah.
We've done video on YouTube.
We
Technically.
have,
Our live streams are
technically.
video on YouTube,
Yeah, technically.
and these will soon be videos on YouTube. Fingers crossed.
You can't see it.
Yeah, we are crossing our fingers though. We're knocking on what I believe is fake wood.
I'm certain it's probably particle board, but
It
it's
is
fine.
particle board with
Yeah.
a very plasticky veneer on it,
Yeah,
but,
but it's pretty.
it is. It's nice.
You guys will see it.
Yeah, you've seen it before. it's the desk.
The disc.
All right. So that's all of those.
Okay.
Dollywood offers. Dollywood has figured this out. Dollywood offers the. Let me think. What is this? The Time Saver Premium,
Ooh.
which offers unlimited uses on all rides and shows.
Okay.
So it is the same thing that you can get at Universal Orlando. They charge for theirs $112.23.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, I mean that's reasonable for what it is.
And honestly, if you're thinking of coming to Dollywood for a weekend, I might even encourage it. If you're coming through the week,
No, you don't need it during the week.
unless it's just like spring break or something.
Yeah, but if
You're
you're gonna be there on the weekend, especially if you're only gonna be in the park one day and you want
Yeah.
to make sure you can ride everything, especially if you want to ride some stuff twice, $112 a person.
Not bad.
No, I would say it's worth that.
Yeah,
I absolutely would. Yeah. So that is Lightning Lanes. That's where they're the most different, right? There's the Disney tax
Yeah.
on the premium stuff because here's the next thing I did. I thought, okay, hold on, who's doing a 1-day trip? Let's do
Yeah.
a 1 week package.
Okay.
1 week package deal at Disney World, Universal Orlando, and Disneyland. Couldn't do it at Universal Hollywood because they don't have resorts, and I
Right.
didn't bother with Dollywood. Nobody's
Yeah.
spending a week at Dollywood.
Yeah.
I love you, Dollywood. You'd be confused if somebody was there all week.
You would. Yeah, you would have to love it a lot.
Oh,
Now, there's
gosh.
plenty of things to do around Gatlinburg, Pigeon
Yes,
Forge.
but
the
stay at Dollywood
leaves,
for a week if you
the
want to.
leaves in the mountains.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you want to,
The
but
aquarium?
you're not going to Dollywood
No, yeah.
for a week.
No. 7 days in the park?
No, 7 straight
You could
days.
make a good day of just Dollywood.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
A
yeah,
day,
for sure.
you know.
For sure. Okay, so for a week package, this is, let's see, this is a Coronado Springs Grand Destino Tower,
ooh, nice.
Aventura Hotel, Aventura Hotel, I don't know, over there at Universal, not including Express Pass, and then a
Okay.
Pixar Place Hotel with only a 5-day ticket because that's the maximum length of ticket you can buy for Disneyland.
Interesting.
They won't let you have more than 5 days
Okay.
at a time. $4,465.29 at Disney World
Okay.
for Coronado Springs.
4,600,
And 4,400.
4,400.
4465. Universal Orlando, the same thing. Staying at the Aventura Hotel. I don't know. If somebody knows how to say it, we probably should have figured that out before we did this.
It's fine.
Yeah, here we go.
They know.
Yeah, you guys know, or you don't because you're listening to a Disney podcast. You're like, why do they keep
And
talking
not
about
a Universal podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's happening here?
Other than this Lightning Lane thing,
Yeah.
which is way better, $4,062.98.
Okay.
So a $400 difference
Okay.
and now that 7-day ticket that does include Epic Universe.
Sure.
And those are all park hopper tickets.
Okay.
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 So it's a $400 difference to stay, $400 more to stay at Disney World than it is to stay at Universal Orlando. $4,253.42 for Disneyland. But bear in mind, that is a 5-day ticket, not it's a 7-day stay with a 5-day
5-day
ticket.
ticket. Yeah. And you
And
could
2
definitely
parks.
knock it out.
Yo, yeah, no, you're bored.
Yeah.
You're bored. So 2 parks at Disneyland, 3 parks at Universal Orlando, 4 parks at Disney World. Which brings us to the ultimate question, you guys. Is there a Disney tax?
I'm going to say yes. Overall, I'm going to say yes.
I'll tell you this. For their season passes and their lightning lanes, for those sorts of premier type,
Yep.
Up charges, absolutely. They are
I would even
scalping
say,
people.
and we didn't get into this, but like if we were to go to, like think about merch. I think about when Disney does a co-branding deal,
Oh, yeah.
and you could have, you're wearing a black shirt.
Yep.
And that black shirt, it may be $20, but
Yep.
if you put a Mickey Mouse on it, it's all of a sudden 30.
Immediately. And it's probably a cheaper shirt than what I've got on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. But again, that's going to be at every theme park.
And some of that's just branding, right?
Some of it is just branding.
I look at stuff that any strong brand, you put Mario on something.
You're
Put
right.
Mario on a lunchbox. The lunchbox is a lot more
I
expensive.
mean, for that matter, you get a polo and you put a little horse on it.
Yep.
All of a sudden, it's $90.
Yep.
So I mean, you're not wrong. I guess maybe. So we would say it is definitely more expensive. Can be more expensive
Absolutely.
to do these theme parks in general.
Yes.
We'll say Disney. That's the question. Is there a Disney tax? It is definitely more expensive to go to Disney than it is
Yes.
to go to some of these other theme parks.
Yes.
So there is a quote unquote maybe Disney tax.
There is, but I think there's also an argument to be made. Is it a Disney tax? Or are you just getting more?
That's the question I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Are you getting the additional value for the additional cost?
Yeah. I think, generally speaking, when I'm looking at Disney World versus Universal Orlando, for a 1-day ticket where it's a $20 difference, for the 1-day park hopper where it's a $30 difference, but I'm getting twice as many parks in
Right.
theory.
In
Although
theory, because can
arguably-
you really do 4 parks in one day? Nah.
Not really. No, you're probably only going to do 2.
Yeah.
So if you look at it that way, you're paying $30 more for 2 parks
Right.
than you were. When I look at those, when I look at the cost of the resort, when I look at the cost of the food, the cost of the parking, even the cost of the 1-week package, I say these are all pretty comparable.
Yep.
And I think, in my opinion, you're getting more value at Disney. The resort might be the one where you could really make an argument if you're just spending the night at a resort,
Yeah.
and that's, I don't know.
You can't. And
But-
I hear even people say that, in comparing, you were talking about All-Star Resort versus like
Yeah.
a boardwalk, which
Right.
is going to be a significant cost difference.
Yep.
And some people will say, I'm just laying my head down.
Right.
I'm just going to sleep. As long as the bed's comfortable, it's safe, it's clean, I don't care.
Yep.
There are other people who would look and say, yes, but I can walk the 2 parks from Boardwalk.
Yep.
I can't do that from All-Star. So,
Right.
they see value in
Yep.
paying that extra money.
Yep. Yeah, I would say when I look at it this way and I compare those two, is there a Disney tax or is it just the reality of the cost of theme parks?
Right.
I would say I think it's more the cost of the theme parks.
I agree.
But when I look at the season pass and I look at the lightning lanes especially, yes, I think Disney is grotesquely overcharging. Season pass, I mean, I wish it cost less. I do. But
Right.
that one to me is like, hey, it's an indulgent thing,
It is.
right? And
Yeah.
I'm not really going to complain about that. But I'm sorry, Lightning Lane premiere,
That's ridiculous.
I'm going to be honest. Disney, if you are listening, you are not going to make any sort of media deal with us, and that's fine. But you should be ashamed that you charge this much for that.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before. The Premier Pass is really for those folks who you don't want to pay for a VIP tour.
Correct. Which they offer at Universal as well. I did not price that out
Yeah.
because I thought that's not really something. I mean,
Right.
it exists, but come on. At that point, you are buying an ultra premium product.
You are, and I don't want to say you don't care about the money that you're spending, but you're
No,
you're
but-
not counting it the way other people are.
Correct. You didn't budget for this trip
Right.
if you're doing that. And that's okay. Like
Right.
that's, hey, more power to you.
For
I love
sure.
it. But
Also, invite us next time.
please.
Yeah.
We will feature you
Yeah, absolutely.
on an episode of the pod.
Absolutely.
We'll just walk around and talk to
Absolutely.
you all day long.
Yeah.
It'll be a terrible experience.
I mean, I think you
I feel
can
like we
have.
made this joke before.
I think we have too, and no one.
It's
took us
not a
up on the
joke.
offer.
Man, it's
We
not
have
a joke.
Real talk.
It's
we
a
have
promise.
A bigger
Yeah.
audience now.
It's a
Okay, we're
threat.
trying.
Yeah. So my conclusion would be, is there a Disney tax? I think overall my answer would be no. I do not think there is a Disney tax. I think that Disney charges more because they have a better product
Yeah.
and because they have a bigger product.
Okay, wait a second. But is there a Disney luxury tax?
There is a
Oh,
Disney
yeah, for
luxury.
sure.
That is exactly the way to look at it. Yes,
Absolutely.
there is a Disney luxury
Yeah.
tax 100%
Absolutely.
because that is just egregious.
we have said numerous times, when it comes to Disney, there's certainly a floor,
Yes.
but there is no ceiling.
No, and that's really, you were talking about the Disney math earlier, their ability to do that. They do a great job of giving you a floor, like
Yep.
you said, but then they just drag you right
A
up
little bit more.
like a weather balloon.
Yeah, it's just a little bit more if you do this.
Yep.
It's a little bit more if you
Yep.
do this.
Yep.
Um,
Because I mean, I've done plenty of trips to Disney where the whole trip, airfare and everything,
Yeah.
maybe not what I'm spending on food, but
Right.
where the whole trip, the room, especially with the annual pass, where I'm not counting the cost of the tickets, even though I already paid for it, doesn't matter. That's Disney math, right?
Disney math.
The whole
Disney
trip is
math.
$300.
Yeah. Wow.
But I have also priced out trips.
Yeah.
Where the trip is $8,000.
But
I didn't take it, but
You've
it's fun
also
to
done the
look.
trip though, where you pay $300, whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, we're not going to spend that much money, But-
Right.
And we're not gonna, we're gonna stay at a Pop Century, but we're
Sure.
gonna stay in the preferred room.
Yep.
Um,
A little bit of upgrade.
and then not the preferred. I'm sorry, we're gonna stay in the standard room.
Okay.
Not the preferred. room.
Okay, sure. But
Right.
still a little bit of upgrade from All Star.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, because you
Yep.
have the Skyliner, but you're in the outer buildings.
Right.
And so now all of a sudden, when you want to do anything, like
Right.
if you want to get food, you want to go
Yep.
transportation, it's a little bit longer of a walk.
Yep.
And so then you start thinking like, man, I really should have just paid for the preferred rooms.
Yep.
Or like when we were staying on DVC points, there'd be times we wouldn't, so we'd stay at another hotel, and then we would go by the Contemporary, the Grand, the whatever,
Yep.
and it would be like, man, I wish I would have just paid the extra money to stay.
Yep.
Next time we're gonna do it.
Yep.
We're gonna pay to stay here.
Yep.
Or you go to the bus stop at theme parks,
Yep.
and you realize, that whatever fill in the blank hotel Wilderness is spot 6, All Star is 372.
Right.
So
And yet still has more buses going to it.
somehow.
All the people at All Star, they've ridden the bus 8 times before your bus has shown up.
For some reason you paid 3 times as much, and you're sharing the bus with another
Exactly.
resort
Yeah.
of people who paid probably more. So
Exactly. Yeah.
it makes 0 sense.
Yeah.
But is there such a Disney tax? Probably. Is the magic worth it?
That's it.
Probably.
That's it. Maybe that's the conclusion. To me, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
That said, though, we should try out Universal.
For sure.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Let's do it.
I want to ride the bicycle car thingy in Harry
Hagrid's.
Potter Land. Yeah.
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 I didn't know if you're talking about that or ET, but
Oh yeah, that is ET there as well.
for
It's
now.
got to be right.
For now.
The Donkey Kong Mine Coaster.
Oh yeah,
That thing looks
yeah.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
new, dude. Right?
Yeah.
I definitely want to go
and
to Nintendo.
Velocicoaster and,
And
all those
yeah.
things.
No,
See,
they have a
yeah,
lot
the
of
more
really
we
cool-
talk about this, the more I
We
want
need
to
to.
do this.
Yeah, we need to do it. Now, if we can just figure out how to make our Disney annual passes also work at Universal.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this:
You know?
if we go, I'll pay for the Express Pass, and when I say I'll pay, I mean I'll pay for mine, not yours.
Okay, there we go. That makes more sense.
yeah. Sorry, I
That's very
realized,
generous of you.
I realized how that came out, and I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yep. Gary's buying
Yeah.
the next round
No.
for him.
I didn't hear
Unfortunately-
anything after I'll buy the park.
Yeah, I know. That's it. Unfortunately for you guys, I don't get a big tax return, so that's not in the cards this year. Maybe next year. Okay, so during our last episode, we talked about deluxe resorts around the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And so it would make sense that we would talk about the ones around Epcot,
It would.
but that's not us.
No. And
Right.
also, I talked too long about the last thing.
Well, I wasn't going to say that.
I will. I'll own
But,
it. I'll take
well,
responsibility.
So we're going to change the order up a little bit from what we were planning. You guys don't know this. We didn't even say that we were going to do this.
No, we didn't have to tell you. That's
didn't.
how honest we are.
Yeah. Gosh, look at this. So we're going to talk about deluxe resorts around Disney Springs.
Yep.
And Animal Kingdom.
The ones that don't fit neatly into a box.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I agree. And so to do this, we're going to play a game, Pass or Stay.
Yep.
Quick refresher for this game. We just tell you, hey, this is what we feel are the pros and cons of each resort. And we tell you whether we would pass or stay.
Yep.
So today's contestants, we have 3.
Yep.
We have Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Yep. Animal Kingdom Lodge. You can't stay at Animal Kingdom.
No, I don't know if that'd be cool or not.
It'd be neat for a little while.
Yeah.
Just sneak into one of the monkey cages.
Oh,
That's what I don't want to do. Actually, yeah. Or actually,
Everyone loves punch these days.
I don't want the monkey to sneak into my cage. That's really what I'm after here. So
that's a visual.
Yeah, isn't it? So that's comprised of, or also includes Jumbo House and Kidani Village.
Yes, it does.
And then we have Disney's Old Key West.
Yep.
And Disney's Saratoga Springs.
Yep.
And is it Saratoga Springs and Spa technically?
Yes,
they do have
Saratoga
a spa.
Springs and Spa.
Yeah. Which one do you want to start with?
Oh, I don't know.
You've stayed at 2 out of 3. Actually, we both
stayed.
at 3.
So, okay.
And we both stayed at the same 2.
Let's go ahead and get the odd man out here.
Okay.
Because neither one of us have ever stayed at Old Key West.
No. Which might tell you whether we would pass or stay.
Yeah.
Like that might be indicative of which one we would do. So Old Key West is the original DVC resort.
It is.
That's where DVC all started. Honestly, as a DVC member, when I'm looking for reservations, typically if there isn't points anywhere, you can always find a room at Saratoga and Old Key West. That's not always true.
Sure.
But there seems to always be something available there. Same thing for if Disney is running a pass holder discount, any type of room discount on your deluxe resorts, you're going to get the most expensive options that are still left because nobody wants to pay that money to stay.
Yep.
And then you're going to get Old Key West, Saratoga Springs.
Yeah.
I don't think I have ever stepped foot on property of Old Key West.
So I have.
Okay.
There was one time we were trying to get to Disney Springs.
Okay.
And we were trying to go from a park.
Okay.
And of course, you can't just take a bus from any park to Disney Springs. I couldn't even tell you which park it was.
Sure.
For whatever reason, we just thought, hey, there's the Old Key West bus, and we haven't been to Old Key West. Let's just hop on there.
Yeah.
So we did. We walked around just for 10 or 15 minutes. We didn't see a whole lot of it. It's a resort. It's got a vibe to it. I think it's very appropriately named. I think it absolutely captures that Old Key West feel.
And I think there's several guests who love that.
That's the thing. This is one to me that I think the people who love it absolutely love it.
Yep.
And largely the people who don't, probably like us, haven't been there.
Right.
And I'm not saying that you're right or wrong for that. This resort to me, and I'm going to jump the gun a little here on pass or stay.
Yeah.
I've not stayed there, but not because I'm not willing to or anything. I'll be honest, I'm just not interested in it. There's just something about it that's kind of boring to me.
I think for me, when I go to Disney, I'm going to Disney parks, whatever, to go to Disney. I want to be surrounded by Disney.
Yeah.
Kind of enveloped in the bubble, if you will.
Yeah.
And again, I haven't stayed at Old Key West. I know very little about Old Key West. What I know of it is, again, as you're talking about the vibe, and a lot of people will stay there because they want to be able to get, I don't want to say out of the bubble because you're still in it. But it's a much more laid back, almost beachy feel to it.
Yes.
There are people who love Olivia's Cafe. That's there.
That is a very popular one.
The key lime pie.
I've heard it's amazing. I haven't tried.
Rave reviews about it.
Key lime pie.
Yeah. So I want to go, and I want to check it out. I'm not opposed, to staying there, but I don't know. I have stayed at the resort at Hilton Head Island. Which,
Okay, have
which
you?
is a true. It's not well. It's not on the beach, but
Okay, yeah, it's near
close.
the beach.
And I
so yeah.
imagine that these are similar
Okay,
feel. And there is like you do get some of that Disney magic. You do get some of you for sure get the Disney service, but you very much know that I'm not at Disney World,
sure.
and
Yeah.
and again, I don't know that Old Key West feels that way. I just know in hearing and talking to people, that's kind of the way that they
Yeah,
want to feel when they're there. They want to be able to escape a little bit
Yes.
the parks and
Yes.
stay there. So
yeah. And
I don't know if that's fair or not, but that's just what I've heard.
that's kind of the vibe I've heard from people as well. That it is that escape from the hustle and bustle of Disney
Yeah.
to a slower, calmer.
And for me, I think when it comes to paying the deluxe price, I don't know that I'm getting like a lot of times I'm paying deluxe price because I want a location that's very close to the park.
Yes, and
I'm not
this is
getting that.
this is not that.
No, it's bus everything.
And a long bus ride to everything,
Right.
except for Disney Springs.
Yeah,
it
it's
is
gonna
near
be close
Disney
there.
Springs.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think you can take a boat from here to
That
Disney
makes
Springs.
sense. Yeah.
You cannot walk from here to Disney Springs like you can from Saratoga Springs.
Right.
So yeah, overall, this one for me is one that honestly, there's a part of me it's like, man, I want to stay there at some point. But anytime the opportunity comes up, there are 6 or 7 places in front of
Yeah.
it that I would stay, even if I'm going back there again, including honestly both of the other places we're about to talk about.
Yeah, and here's where for me at Old Key West, I would stay there. I would not stay a week.
Yeah, that's fair.
I like to hop around resorts anyways.
Sure.
And do split stays.
Yep.
I would stay there for a night, 2 nights.
That's the thing. I think I would,
and
to
I'd
me,
move on.
to really get the vibe of it, I think I'd want to stay at least 2 nights. But I don't know that I want to stay more than 3 nights.
Yeah.
But who knows? It might be that you spend the 2 nights there and you realize, man,
It may change your
I
mind.
get this place.
Yeah, it may
You know.
change your mind completely.
But yeah, I'm with you on that. I would absolutely do. I would do a 2-night stay here and then hop over to somewhere else just to kind of check it off the list, but also to experience it.
Yeah.
because that's it for me. Anything that I'm talking about checking off the list, part of it is I want to know what it's like to stay there.
Yeah.
I can say I've now stayed at all 3 all-star resorts,
Right.
partly because I want to know what's it like to stay at all 3 of them.
Yeah. And what is there a difference?
No.
No.
But
But now you know.
and in all fairness, I say there's not a difference. Music is absolutely my favorite. I think it's the prettiest of the 3,
Okay.
like by a lot.
Okay.
And sports is definitely the worst.
Yeah.
It's also the one I stayed at the
have
most 'cause
stayed
it's
at
the
music,
cheapest.
But it's been, over 20 years now.
Yeah, no,
Um,
music is beautiful. I mean, honestly, as a resort, music is a gorgeous resort.
Movies is typically the one that we pick.
That's the one that most people go for, and I get it. I would say movies to me is, it's the cheaper version of Art of Animation.
Sure.
Honestly, I think if Disney had it to do over again, they would put All Star Movies where Pop Century is,
Yeah.
because then you would have a really cool tied-in resort back across from each other.
For sure.
As it stands, you have one of the strangest resorts on property in Pop Century with
Yeah.
one of the coolest in Art of Animation, but neither of them are
Agreed.
Old Key West,
Yeah.
which is, again, got a vibe of its own, would stay there, not,
It's not a go-to.
no. So, I mean, for the purposes of stay or pass, I'm probably a pass on this one, but
Honestly, that's the tough part of pass or stay. I would stay at all of these,
exactly.
but if I'm choosing,
If you're going to force me,
I would pass.
I would pass on this to stay somewhere else. If this is the only option, I'm not losing
If
sleep
it's
over
this
that.
or like off property,
Yeah, I do this.
I'm staying.
100% I
Key
would.
West. I'm here.
Yeah, 100% I would. If I could totally see if this was the good option budget wise, price wise, and everything else was just crazy expensive rooms and all that, I would 100%. I would do it.
Yep.
Just to check it out. As a matter of fact, when we stayed at Saratoga Springs, it was between Saratoga and Old Key West,
Saratoga.
and Saratoga won out.
Yeah.
Because we just liked the way the resort looked more.
Sure.
But I was perfectly fine with either one of them. Having stayed at Saratoga, which I guess I'm hijacking this and transitioning
go
us to
ahead.
Saratoga.
It was time. It was time, really.
I will say Saratoga Springs is a beautiful.
How long did you stay there?
We were there 4 or 5 nights.
Okay, so you really got. I've only stayed one night.
Okay, yeah, no, we stayed the whole trip there.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head how many nights it was, but it was
Right.
4 or 5 nights.
Okay.
Um,
Did you stay in a preferred?
We stayed in a preferred. We stayed in
Okay.
a 1-bedroom.
Because they have different. I'm going to call them neighborhoods or areas.
Different areas,
Yeah.
yeah. We stayed in a preferred, so we were real close to the main building.
Yeah, same.
It was a gorgeous room. I loved the room.
Yeah.
The room was beautiful.
They had recently been refurbed when we stayed.
Yes. Okay,
And
yeah.
they're very nice.
They like honestly some of the nicest rooms that I've stayed at.
Roomiest.
Roomiest too. They're large rooms. I didn't love the bathroom layout. Is kind of weird in that you've got like the master bedroom or
Oh, yes.
primary bedroom, whatever we're
Yeah.
supposed to call it now, had a sink and a whirlpool tub. And then the middle bathroom area had a sink and a shower. And then the toilet was like in its own
Yeah.
room past that. So like no matter what configuration of the bathroom you were using, if it wasn't like me and my kids,
Right.
my family, it'd be weird. Like if we were all there, we have this huge bathroom, but like it's still just
It's
one
just
person at a
one
time bathroom
bathroom. Yeah.
somehow,
Yeah.
So that is my only real complaint about the room. Other than that, the room was great. My only complaint about the resort is it is very large.
That's huge.
There is a bus loop.
Yep.
And the last day we were there, 2 Magic Kingdom buses didn't even stop because they were so full of people by the time we were the
Wow.
last stop.
Wow.
And they were just too full. They were
Yeah, that
literally
stinks.
packed full. They just kept driving past us. And so we got a minifan.
So, Saratoga Springs used to be the Disney Institute, right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Or it was part of
Yeah,
it.
part of it at least. That's where it was over there.
So I don't know if this was built to be more of like a, I'm going to say college campus type feel, or like dorm, what I mean,
Sure.
feel.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's true at all.
Right. Yeah. No idea.
But I know at least part of it was the Disney Institute because they would have classes on property and you
Sure.
could come and you could stay. And it actually sounds like a really cool experience.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
unfortunately, the Disney Institute is still around and
Yes.
they still teach classes on property, but not like
Not like this.
Not like this.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, we stayed there again the one time. The one thing that I remember is it's called the Artist Palette, which is like their
Oh,
quick
yeah.
service.
Yep.
They had a Saratoga brisket sandwich
Ooh.
that was delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, they came with so it's sliced brisket on horseradish, cream on a brioche bun with au jus and Saratoga chips.
Ooh.
Very good.
Okay. So we did eat at the Artist Palette a little bit. At least we got some like the snacks and stuff. I don't know that we actually
Right.
ate a meal from there. We did eat the Turf Club Bar and Grill.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was good. I didn't think it was great.
Because that's a table service, right?
Correct.
Yeah, got it.
I'll say this. If I was staying at Saratoga Springs, I would certainly consider it again for a meal, especially
Okay.
if that was like the evening I arrive or whatever.
Right.
I'd absolutely do it again. I would not personally travel over to Saratoga Springs for it.
Just for it.
But
The thing that's tough about Saratoga Springs is not tough. Okay, it's nice because you can walk over to Disney Springs.
yes, you can.
Pretty good walk, right?
Yeah, especially depending on where in
Yeah,
Saratoga you're staying.
That's true.
Yeah, some of it is definitely walkable, but yeah, it is. I mean, it's a walk.
So you could walk it.
You could.
Which means for table service, there's a lot of some of the best restaurants on property are all in
Yes.
Disney Springs.
Yes,
So I imagine it's tough for like the Turf Bar.
it is. I'm sure. Now, another thing that is really cool about this resort, and definitely something I would want to come back and do, the tree houses.
Yes, I was going to mention that if you
Yeah.
didn't.
I mean, which arguably are like their own resort.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I mean, they're here at
And
Saratoga
they've been
Springs.
around for a long time.
Yes.
If you guys haven't seen the tree houses, check them out because they're shaped
Yes.
in they're round. I don't know if it's octagon, hexagon, or
Yeah,
like
right.
what it is exactly.
It's a shape.
But they're not your typical like square rectangle
No.
cabin tree house.
And they're very nice.
very nice. 3-bedroom, I think.
I think that's right.
So they're not going to be the cheapest things in the world. But really, really cool.
Yeah.
I've heard stories of kids that because they are in a circle, they can run like make
Oh,
laps basically.
nice.
You know what I
Okay,
mean? Around
okay.
the whole place. They are they're very nice.
Yeah. No, this is definitely that is a premium experience, and you're going to pay for it. They're expensive.
You will. Yeah. But again, 3 bedrooms, so you can get, maybe 3 or 4 families together.
Yeah, you could.
So by the
you
time
could.
you divide that out,
Yeah. Or, hey, go big or go home. Take your own
I
family
guess,
there.
yeah.
All by yourself.
yeah,
We don't judge.
I won't judge. I'll be jealous,
Yeah, a little bit.
but I won't judge.
No, but they're very cool. You got a whole deck area outside.
Yeah.
Very, very nice on the inside.
That, we are big Disney fans. That's the whole reason we're having this conversation.
Right.
You guys listening are probably big Disney fans as well. I would love to force myself at some point to do a trip. I don't know that I could not do the park. If I didn't have an annual pass, I could not do the parks.
Right.
But like the treehouse,
Yep.
that would be cool to stay
Yeah.
there for a few days
And just hang out there. Yep.
relax. And I'm
Yep.
sure Old Key West,
Yeah.
it would be great for that.
Yep.
I think about the cabins at like Fort Wilderness.
Yep.
That would be great just to hang out.
Yep.
And, you're getting some of the Disney magic, yes, but you're not so caught up in it,
Right.
So Saratoga is, in general, a pass for me,
I would say it is for me as well.
but I would stay there again.
I would too. And it's a pass for me. Again, kind of like what you said. It's a location thing.
It is.
It's a
location
convenience
thing.
thing. And it is a cost thing. It's not a cheap place to stay.
No.
Old Key West tends to be a little bit cheaper than Saratoga. For the amount of money you're going to pay to stay at Saratoga, you've got other more convenient, better options.
Right.
I would agree. It is generally a pass for me, but I did really love staying here. I would absolutely stay here again, but I am far more likely to pick any number of other places, especially Animal Kingdom Lodge.
The next one.
This is one of my favorite places.
Plus, you
to
gave
stay.
it away.
Yeah, well,
It's fine.
we only had 3 places to pick.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. We were cutting it close.
So yeah, this is one of my absolute favorite places to stay on property is Animal Kingdom Lodge.
You'll hear this trend with me. I've only stayed there for one night.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got to
I can
get you
tell you where
staying
the
longer.
laundry is.
Okay, see, I have no idea where the laundry is.
The thing that that first impression of Animal Kingdom is it's beautiful.
Yes, it is
That lobby.
it
We
is a
stayed at
beautiful resort.
Jumbo House, and
same.
I didn't even go over to Kidani Village.
I've never been to Kidani Village.
Yeah,
Maybe I'd hate that part of it.
I
but
don't know.
I love Jumbo House.
Jumbo House is gorgeous. That lobby is beautiful.
Yes.
It's fun. They've got the little bridge.
Yep.
That's right, kind of in the middle of
They
it.
do.
It's really cool to walk.
It smells really good.
It smells really good. Yeah, I was gonna say it's cool to walk across the bridge. You got to stop midway and get a picture.
Of course.
The rooms were nice. The only complaint, we stayed in a DVC room,
Okay.
and those have not been refurbished yet.
Right.
So you have the pull-out sofa.
Right.
Not a big fan of that.
That's fair.
If there were 2 of us, wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
And I've seen the refurbed rooms. They're doing that currently.
Yes.
They're very nice.
The rooms, I love the rooms here.
Yeah.
I will say these are some of the most luxurious rooms I think
Yeah.
that Disney has. It is a beautiful resort. The Savannah View room, to me, if you talk about a resort where you want to go and just stay at the resort,
Yeah.
you don't want to go to the parks. The first time we stayed here, it was Emily and I stayed here. We would find ourselves at the parks. I can specifically remember being at Hollywood Studios, which of the 4 parks is my 7th favorite. But I can remember being at Hollywood Studios, and it was afternoon. It was in the summer. It was hot. It was
Yeah.
crazy hot. It was crowded, and we were like, man, I really kind of just want to go back to the room and look at the animals.
Yeah.
And that was what was weird about staying here was the resort itself kind of became an attraction of its own.
It's kind of an attraction.
Yeah.
Until
like,
the sun goes down.
until the sun goes down.
Yeah.
But like we wanted to go back and sit and look at the
Yeah.
animals and
Well,
hang
it
out there.
seemed like you kind of want to get up early in the morning. 'Cause
You
the
do.
The animals start coming out.
Yep.
They start feeding the animals.
They do.
And
They
it's
actually
fun to watch them all kind of come out, and they still oddly move as a herd.
They do kind of.
You know?
Yeah. They do kind of follow each other a little bit. They intentionally feed the animals kind of first thing in the morning.
Yep.
And then what's cool about this too is if you're out on your balcony or whatever, and there's a cast member down there, zookeeper working with the animals, they will talk to you.
Oh yeah.
And you can ask them whatever, and they'll just stop what they're doing and answer,
Right.
and talk to you for at least a few minutes. So it is I will say this to me is kind of one of those, I think people sleep on it
Yeah, agreed.
because honestly, Animal Kingdom,
Yeah,
People
well,
sleep on Animal Kingdom as well.
They do, and the big con of this one to me is the location.
I
In terms
agree.
of it's close to Animal Kingdom,
It is super close to Animal
but
Kingdom.
it's the furthest away.
It is.
But I mean, you could make the case like the same is true for if you love going to Animal Kingdom and you're
Sure.
staying at the Grand Floridian.
Yep.
It's the furthest one away.
You're doing the same thing.
Yeah,
You're doing 100%
you're
the
driving
same thing.
from one end of the property to
Yep.
the other end of the property.
And
So,
realistically, it's a 20-minute ride.
Right.
It's a 20-minute bus ride, which feels long.
yeah, but
And it
it's
is long. But
fine.
it's like 5 minutes longer than most of the other ones.
Right.
It's not like, oh, the rest of them are 6 minutes. This
Yeah.
was 20 minutes. No, most of them are like 13 to 16 minutes. And this one is a solid 20.
Yeah.
It is a long bus ride, but it's really not that crazy.
No.
It is bus only.
Yeah.
But again, that doesn't. The more I go, the less that means to me that it's bus only. I'll be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I am Bus Plus guy.
Sure. I honestly thought I was too. And
Right.
here I will say I'm not. That I'm fine with
Yeah.
bus only resort. But then I stay like a Contemporary, and the monorail is literally right there in the building with me.
It's just nice having another option.
It is.
And I
It
mean,
is
I'll
really
tell you, like
nice.
the Skyliner, when you try to leave Epcot or Hollywood Studios and
Yes.
at close,
At close,
It
it
sucks.
It does.
when you get stuck on the monorail, it
Yes.
sucks.
But during the day, the Skyliner to get in
Wonderful.
is fantastic.
It's wonderful.
I love the Skyliner. I
Yeah.
just don't like leaving on the Skyliner at the end of the night, which is
I
usually
agree.
why I will just hang out and wait for the crowd to disappear.
So, can we talk about the big pro of Animal Kingdom Lodge? That's
Yeah.
not animals.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of animals, but
Okay.
this is going to take a turn.
Okay. Here we go.
It's the food.
The food is incredible. I think this has
Yeah,
some of the best food on property.
agreed. And
Uh,
now, I haven't eaten at Jico.
dude, Jico, I'm telling you right now, Jico is the
you
best
rave about
restaurant. It is and I've been there, I want to say 3 times now.
Yeah, you rave about
And I have
Jico.
never been disappointed.
We need, well, not next time, but the next time after that, the next time.
That's true.
We
We'll
need to
go.
go.
Dude, I'm telling you, Jico the food is incredible.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is really cool. They have the largest selection of South African wine outside of South Africa,
Okay.
which sounds impressive, but I
Well-
don't really know how impressive that. I mean,
Me
it's
neither.
impressive in a way.
It is. I mean,
Is South African wine the best wine? I don't know.
it's more South African wine than I own.
That's true. Same. But it is a really cool restaurant. It's got a really nice vibe. If you are looking for a good,
Yeah.
like fancy date night place, Jico is it.
A little adventurous though, right?
Yes.
But they're gonna have a steak. Right.
Yes. And that's but like don't get the steak, get the wild boar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
like yes, they have like that's what I like
But I'm
about
saying
it.
like there's a safe option.
There,
for you.
but that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like there is a safe option, but they have things that are a little adventurous, but
Mhm.
honestly still feel
yeah.
pretty safe. If you're going to
Right.
get the steak, you should try the wild boar because it's a little bit different.
Right.
So it is really, really good. I highly recommend Jico. Boma.
That's one that we did.
Yeah. Boma is
And
great.
it was great.
Yeah,
I love Boma. Boma is buffet style.
it is.
And so you're going to get some of those rich flavors.
Yep.
But the wonderful thing about a buffet is you try it, and if you don't like it, who cares?
It's risk-free.
It's risk-free.
100%.
And they have the zebra domes.
Dude, the zebra domes. Here's a hack, Disney hack for you. Get the gluten-free zebra domes. Because then they come out instead of the little like wafer thing on the bottom,
Yeah.
which is good.
It's very good.
It's a little chocolate medallion on the bottom, which is even better.
Gosh.
Right?
That's
I'm just telling you right now, you can get them. You can order them there. You can also order them at the Mara, which is their quick service.
and very difficult to find.
Very different. I was going to say, if there is one complaint
That's mine.
about this resort, it is that they have hidden the quick serve. You have to go outside, out by the pool,
Yeah.
around the building, past the game room, past the activities area.
And
it's like
honestly,
why?
the map doesn't help you.
No, the map is like, oh, it's over here. It's easy to
Yeah.
find. And you will go and be like,
What?
where is
Where
it?
is it? Yeah.
Even honestly, even if you're out there, you can be standing in front of it
Agreed.
and not able to find it.
Agreed.
It is
So I'll tell you where it is.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to go, this is the best way I can tell you. You get onto the first floor.
Yep.
When you get off the elevators,
And to be clear, this is another confusing thing. When we say the first floor, not the lobby.
not
That's
the
the second
lobby.
floor.
Yes. Yeah. That's true. That is true. So you go to the very bottom
The
floor.
bottom floor where
Yeah.
Boma and Jico are.
Yes. And you can't go any lower.
Yes.
And then you go outside because you get off the elevators. Jico's going to be on one side.
Yes.
Boma's going to be on the other side.
Yes.
Go out the doors.
Yep.
Towards the pool.
Yep.
And you hang a left.
And just
You just follow that sidewalk for a
keep
while.
going left.
And you'll eventually find the Mara.
You will.
Yeah,
And
it was
And the
very
Mara
confusing.
is fine. It's a quick service place.
yeah,
it's
yeah.
good. It's
Yeah,
not. I won't say it's great. It just is what it is.
It's Disney quick service.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't even know what their typically they all have a specialty. Again, I was there for one night.
Yeah,
so-
and the Mara, I mean, they've got like special menu items there, but
Yeah.
I don't know that they necessarily have. There was nothing that struck me as like, ooh, this is their thing.
yeah, I'm gonna come back for this every time.
Zebra domes. That's
Zebra
honestly probably the
domes,
thing. 'Cause
yeah.
You can get the zebra domes there.
Yeah,
They also have the Victoria Falls Lounge,
yeah,
which is one of my favorite bars on property.
yeah.
It is a really cool place.
I have never hung out there. Sorry, I just couldn't finish. Couldn't figure out how to say that sentence right. But it looks. We walked down the stairs from the lobby,
Okay. Yep.
not the first floor,
Right.
the lobby.
Yep.
To get down to Boma.
Yes. Yeah, because that's one thing that's cool about it. This is like on floor 1.5.
Yeah,
It's not on the lobby level. It's
No.
below that, but it's not down there where Boma is. It's above that.
but they did a wonderful job of like creating a falls around
Yes.
this bar,
Yes. Dude,
and it was packed when we were there.
yeah, it does usually stay fairly busy.
Yeah.
It's a really cool lobby just in that it feels like a lobby you can explore.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
different levels to it. There's a fire pit
Yeah.
in there. It's a really cool place.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Sanaa?
No,
I haven't either.
that's over in Kidani Village, right?
It is. And I've heard it's really, really good,
Yeah.
but I've never been there.
No, that's supposed to be. It's somewhat strange to me that the one deluxe resort that is kind of the most out of the way
Yes,
has some of the best food on property.
I agree.
So
And the thing is, that's the other cool thing about especially Jico. It's a
Yeah.
really easy reservation to get
sure.
because nobody's going there. And let me tell you, it will.
Yeah, because you're not like you never. Oh, I just stumbled into the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yep.
It's not like on the Monorail
Nope.
Resort or a Skyliner Resort
Yep.
where, hey, I'm just going to get off here and see what's
Yep.
here. So
This would be the resort if I was going to be at Disney during a hurricane. This is where I want to be.
you would be here.
Yes, hands down.
I wouldn't, but
The whole thing is inside.
it is inside.
It is huge to walk around inside of. That's another fair
That's
complaint
true.
about it. If you get a room all the way on the end of a hallway, it is a long.
We had a
long
pretty good
walk.
job.
Yeah, we did the first time we stayed there.
Yeah.
There's also like little museum exhibits.
Oh, there's
About Africa all throughout
plenty of things around.
Yeah.
to
So
see.
like, while it's storming outside, you could very much entertain yourself here.
You could. That's
Yep.
fair.
And again, beautiful lobby. This is where I want to be. It'd either be here or the Contemporary. Those would be
I
my
was
two.
going to say the Contemporary.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
it would be one of
only
those.
if I was in the main tower.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So
I'm not
I
in the
wanna make
garden
that
wing.
clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Maybe Bay Lake, but I
yeah.
would want to be. I'd want to be in the tower.
Yeah,
for
for
that.
sure. For sure.
So, obviously stay.
For sure, it's a stay for
Animal
me.
Kingdom
I've stayed
Lodge.
there a few times. I will
Same.
stay there at least a few
Yeah,
more.
yeah, I would stay again. I would for sure. Okay, all right, and it's your turn, fellow hoppers. So we've done a lot of talking, probably more than we should have.
Yep.
But
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's what we don't
we
get paid for.
jokingly said at the before we started recording.
Yep.
We have a timer going, just so you know. Here's peeling
We
back the
do
curtain a little
actually
bit.
try
We
to get these things to a reasonable time.
And you said the first segment. No, you said this. Okay, we got it timed for 66 minutes or something like that.
yeah.
And I was like, that means it'll go 78, and we're crossing the
We're about to be at
79
80
threshold.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
now, by the time we edit this, it might be a little less.
Yeah,
but it's going to be pretty close to
but
that.
we're close.
So,
Regardless,
yeah.
we would love to hear from you, fellow hoppers.
Yes, we would.
So, what are your thoughts on the Disney tax? Is there such a thing as a Disney tax, or is it just the price you pay for magic? And how about those deluxe resorts we talked about?
Yeah.
So, not necessarily a certain area, just around Animal Kingdom, and then the ones around Disney Springs. If you'd stay there, if you have stayed there, we want to know about your experience.
Yeah, especially if it's Old Key West, because we have not stayed
Yeah.
there. Let us know.
Yeah. I only know of one person who stayed there, and
Yeah.
in fairness, they loved it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you haven't, we'd be interested to know, would you be interested
Yeah.
in staying there? Is that something that you're maybe
Yep.
going to try to do in the future? If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and or leave a review wherever it is that you're consuming this content. And as always, thanks for tuning in to Park Hopper Society. We'll be back in a couple weeks with a new episode. Until then, take care and keep hopping.
See you real soon.
Toodles. Bye-bye.